deal with airplane peanuts?
You know, I've noticed lately, everybody has an opinion. And when I was young, it wasn't that way, People would have maybe, 6 opinions, Sometimes you meet a guy, he'd have 8 opinions. You'd go, God damn, that guy's opinionated. But about 6 opinions, that'd be about, and most of them were about food.
Welcome back to Joke World. Today is Monday, May 30th, and Norm Macdonald just dropped his brand new special. It came out on Netflix today. It's called Nothing Special, and it's the hour that he's been working on leading up to the pandemic, where then he couldn't film it in front of a crowd, so he did it in one take in his living room, no audience, just him recording in his living room. And then after that, after his special, is his friends Dave Chappelle, David Letterman, David Spade, a lot of Daves, Adam Sandler, Conan, and Molly Shannon discussing the special, telling their favorite Norm stories, and just reminiscing on Norm. It's a very, very nice special. And this is the first ever episode of the Comedy World Update, the World of Comedy Update. It's every week, every Monday, we're going to start bringing you the news of comedy. There's so much happening, whether it be new specials coming out, new people going on each other's podcasts, the collaborations there in case you missed it, where people are on tour, if anyone gets punched or tackled on stage, we're going to cover that. Just with everything happening in the comedy world, the podcasting world, the stand-up world, any news that you need, this is the first ever news source dedicated just to comedy. So subscribe if you haven't. Every Monday, the comedy news. You need it. We're delivering it starting now. This is the first episode. So if you like this idea, comment, oh yeah, this is a good idea. And then we're also going to be putting this on Spotify and Apple, so you can download this if you like it. If you want to listen on the go, get the comedy news on the go. If you don't like this idea, then comment something constructive like, love the channel. This is still an all right idea, maybe, if it's good. And then I'll know that's constructive and good. We're going to put the topics we're discussing on the side, like the real news. It's going to be, but it's stand-up news. It's genius. Who doesn't want a comedy news source? Hit subscribe if you haven't. You love that idea. But Norm's special is amazing. It's out right now on Netflix. It's funny. It's sad. Watching his friends talk about him afterwards is pretty sad and emotional, but it's so Norm Macdonald like to get one last joke in like this, and it's truly, there's nothing ever been done like this in comedy. Having a special come out after you've died is a pretty crazy thing to do.
Gotta take a break, Todd, but when we return, Todd Glass will read from his book.
No, I won't.
Stoned out of his fucking mind. We'll be back.
Ricky Gervais also had a Netflix special come out last week called Supernature. I watched that. It's very funny, about an hour long. It's drawing a lot of comparison to Dave Chappelle's last Netflix special because people are outraged, apparently, about some of his jokes about transgendered people.
What about this person isn't a lady? Well, his penis. Her penis, you fucking bigger.
That kind of happens with these good specials, though. I mean, there's always some sort of backlash, but Netflix is apparently sticking by Ricky Gervais, and Dave Chappelle basically said if you don't want to work on these projects, you might as well leave. So good for Netflix for supporting comedy, and Ricky Gervais doesn't really seem to care about the criticism either. Similar to Dave Chappelle, it seems like this stuff just rolls right off their back.
To me, there's nothing controversial in that because it's just jokes. It's nothing we don't do. Yeah. It's not as bad as the shit we've said today. I think, and
we try to get us canceled.
Yeah.
I
don't know about that. But it is jokes. But I even explained what irony is at the beginning of the fucking show.
I know that's right.
And everyone there, I don't know how many they played to. 500,000 people, no complaints. They laughed at all the things, right? But everyone's going to complain about everything in it. Every single line, someone is going to complain either because they hate it, they don't get it, that it's coming after. Here's the thing about comedy, right? I can list 20 taboo subjects, right? Everyone in the world laughs at 19 of them and hates the one that affects them.
You're delusional if you think everyone in the world's laughing at 19 out of 20 of your shit.
Well, okay. But I don't know what percentages.
Andrew Schulz announced his new rebranded podcast, Flagrant, instead of Flagrant 2 now. It's just going to go as Flagrant. And then they also got this new studio. It's very nice. It's very elegant looking. It's like a real talk show, kind of. Everyone's on a couch, and then Schulz is in his own chair. The main feedback from the internet from this, people are just saying that they want Akash to have his own chair, just like the old studio, that he deserves his own chair. They even got a hashtag trending for literally every comment from their new big reveal about this huge, expensive, luxurious studio is just about Akash getting his own chair.
Let's start it out. Feelings, no facts. Should Akash have his own chair? Go. You motherfuckers, bro. Why are we getting so much hate? Like we're not thoughtful about things. You don't think that we have multiple fucking setups? You didn't think that this ended up being the one that fits the space the best? Assholes.
The other studio did feel a little bit more gritty, a little bit more flagrant. This one seems like super produced and stuff. They don't have mics anymore, like physical mics. They just have them on the lapel. So it just feels more like it's a hangout, just watching some guys hang out, which is nice. And they said that they tease some other setups, like they have other couches are going to roll out when guests are there, or additional chairs. They addressed on the second episode after the reveal that they're aware of the hashtag to get Akash's own chair, but they've thought it through and this is the best way to do it. So looks like this is going to be the new look for Flagrant, not Flagrant 2 anymore. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the studio? Do you like the old studio? Do you care that it's not called Flagrant 2? I feel like I'm just going to keep saying Flagrant 2 for just out of habit. But also sometimes I just say Flagrant anyway. So, that it's really not that big of a deal, any of these changes. The studio looks great. Apparently it's very expensive. I'm kind of on the fence about it, though, because it does look like so nice that you think it's like a real talk show, like it looks kind of corporate. But then you listen to what they're saying and you're like, all right, no, it's still the fellas being flagrant. So let me know what you guys think about the new studio.
The first thing, like, how do you guys feel about the studio? The first thing Mark says, he just starts trashing the Brooklyn studio and making up lies.
What lies?
You go, yeah. Well, now it's different. Before, nobody wanted to come out to Brooklyn.
Why is that a lie?
You know how many people I gotta ignore? How many text messages I get on a regular basis that I just gotta be like, oh yeah, about that. We'll definitely have you on. Insert
you know how many text messages I gotta say, hey, ask Andrew, I don't really handle the booking.
Yes. Now you can be like, I don't even have a seat.
It's hard out here. Recession. It's a recession.
It's a recession.
In this economy?
You know what? Fuck it. Y'all crazy, son.
Oh, let's go.
Y'all are fucking crazy. This is how we doing the episode.
Fun podcast.
Come on.
The guest list is going to be the section where we go through who was on each other's podcast last week. Make sure that you guys are up to date. Any episodes that you might have accidentally missed or really want to listen to. This is just a reminder of who was on each other's shows last week. And this list will definitely it'll definitely grow to the podcast that we cover. For now, I'm just going to start off with the 5 basic, very popular ones that we make edits of here that people are just interested in when they think of comedy podcasts that have guests. And then comment other podcasts that you would like to see added to this list, other podcasts that you'd like to get reminded of, who's on each other's episodes, and we'll grow it from there. So just starting off this past weekend with Theo Von. He had on Giannis Pappas last week. Very funny conversation between those two. Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina P. They talked to Wheeler Walker Jr.
It's all insider fucking shit. So you want real shit, listen to Wheeler. You want corporate dog shit, Blake Shelton's your guy.
Props to Blake.
Joe Rogan had 4 episodes last week. He had Chris Stefano on, Neil Brennan, Lex Friedman, and Ali Sadiq. And then Tiger Belly had on Josh Peck. Go ahead and comment what other podcasts you want covered on this list, who else you want reminders for. And the Joke World podcast that comes out every Wednesday, we interview Dusty Slay. Again, that episode is Wednesday, a full episode on YouTube and then on Spotify, Apple. Make sure you go download that and go listen to our conversation with Dusty Slay on Wednesday. Very funny comedian. He was just on Whiskey Ginger last week as well. That's another podcast update for you. Whiskey Ginger, Dusty Slay, Joke World podcast, Dusty Slay. Now let's get into the specials. Other specials that came out very recently, and maybe not last week, but other specials to keep in mind. Joe List has a special on YouTube. It's very funny. Chris Stefano has one on Netflix now that's very funny. And last week, a relevant special that just came out, besides Norm and besides Ricky Gervais on Netflix, Giannis Pappas put one on YouTube as well. That one is called Mom Love, I believe. Giannis Pappas' YouTube. So that's it. That was the first Comedy World update, World of Comedy. I'm not really sure what we're going to call it yet, but I will next week. Every Monday, get your comedy news. The first ever media brand dedicated strictly to stand-up and comedians and podcasts, and making sure that you guys are in the loop with all your favorite guys, all your favorite comedians. Joke World, subscribe now. Follow us on Instagram. We'll send you free stickers if you DM us your name and address. We'll send you some free Joke World stickers. And we'll see you next Monday. Dusty Slay interview Wednesday, and then some other videos whenever those are.